What's up? Welcome back to the Throttle channel. As you can see, we're here in rainy Tokyo, Japan at the moment. We are at Top Rank's ATB, Auto Technical Base. And this is a service center that they have here in the Tokyo area where they sell and service vehicles that you can buy. The reason we're here is because in just a day, we're gonna be at Fuji Speedway. And we're gonna be hot lapping this thing around one of the most iconic tracks in all of Japan. But before we're able to do that, we gotta get this car prepared for that. Now, as you saw in previous videos, Sato-san already upgraded the brakes, the suspension, and a bunch of other things, but we needed new tires. The tires on those white T37s were pretty old and getting pretty hard. And I just picked up a set of Nismo LM-GT4s. They tossed the Falcon tire FK510s on those, and as you can see, they're already on the car. And we're gonna head out now to Omori Factory. I'm gonna pick up a few more bits for this car. We're gonna install those in this episode. After that, we may hit up an up garage and see if there's any used parts available for this R34 GT-R. Up an up garage and see if there's any used parts available for this R34 GT-R, or maybe even my 260 RS Stasia. We'll see what they got, and then we're gonna head off to Fuji. So stay tuned, guys, because it's about to get exciting. All right, well, we just arrived at Omori Factory. The rain has stopped and is holding off, which is awesome. It is a little chilly out here today, so we're gonna go inside and check out what they have on display for old race cars and go shopping for some cool parts. Nismo, baby. Gotta get fitted for Fuji tomorrow, dog.
Cash or card?
Credit cards.
Card?
Yeah. Look at this. For sale?
No.
For sale.
Shop original.
Yes. All right, well, we just finished up here at Omori Factory. I got what I came for. That was the titanium strut tower bar for the 34 and a bunch of other little bits like some lug nuts and things like that the car needs. The old Project Mu lug nuts have seen better days. They're aluminum and they're starting to get worn out. So I got some nice Nismo open-ended racing lug nuts and a bunch of other little things just to take back to the States with me. So let's head out. We got some other things to do today. We're gonna toss this on before we get to Fuji Speedway. Got Sato with us in his 32 GT-R, and we've arrived at Fuji Speedway. Here we go. All right, well, we've arrived here at Fuji Speedway. It's pretty early in the morning. We want to get out here early to kind of settle in and let the nerves kind of settle down. And we also have some really exciting parts to put on the car before we go out on track. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle that here in these awesome Fuji Speedway paddock garages, which they've been so gracious to allow us to use today to stay out of the elements because it is raining. So I'm really looking forward to getting out on track. But before we do that, let me show you guys the modifications that I picked up to put on the car today. As you guys saw in the previous videos, Sato actually spent a lot of time and effort upgrading the suspension on this car for me so that today we would have a solid car to drive as well as the braking system. So I'm feeling really good mechanically. The engine's really good, that the car is gonna perform really well today. But I got these few little mods to throw on. They're very simple. I'm gonna change out the Project Mu lug nuts, which are aluminum, which have actually started to strip out a little bit because they are aluminum. So I did pick up these racing lug nuts by Nismo at the Omori factory. And I also picked up this Nismo strut tower bar. This is a full titanium part, and there's plenty of these on the market. I went ahead with the Nismo one simply because I love the details in the welds. I love the dimple dies. And I love that it's completed top and bottom. And it is full titanium, so it literally weighs nothing. This thing is so light, it's ridiculous. And you can't really go wrong with Nismo parts. They always fit great. This particular one, in my opinion, is the nicest looking strut bar for these cars on the market. So I went with that one. I also purchased a BBL hood prop. I know what you guys are thinking. It's not really a mod, but when I open this box, I think you're gonna be pretty blown away by what's in here. So I'll show you guys that in a minute once we get to installing it. And we also have to put on our transponder for our laps today, as well as our door numbers. Sato's got me all prepped for that. So we'll show you guys that as well. So let's get started. All right, well, before we get started on putting these parts on, I want to remind you guys that throtl.com is the best source to buy your car parts. If you're working on cars like I am every day, or if you're just a hobbyist, we've got hundreds of thousands of parts listed on the site, everything from general maintenance all the way up to your tuning parts. It's just a great one-stop shop for all the things you need to build a really cool car. And the great part about it is every dollar you spend on the website is going to be an entry to win our Audi S4 sweepstakes car plus $20,000 cash. Now let's get these parts on the car. Well, before I toss this strut bar on, I'm just cleaning up these strut tops to get any debris off. That way they don't get scratched any further. Some companies make really nice rubber rings that go on there before you put your strut bar on to keep it from scratching, but the damage is already done from the factory bar. Man, I'm excited to get out here on the speedway. I've never actually ran this track before. I've only ever done it in video games. And I was recently here for R's Day, which really piqued my interest about Fuji Speedway. It's a very cool track, and getting to see some of the historics and some of the famous Nissan race cars race it got me pretty excited to get out here and try it myself. So I wanted to get this car set up to a point where I could feel pretty comfortable and confident going fast, because the straightaway here at Fuji Speedway is epic. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see 200K plus straightaway speeds, which should be quite interesting because I've never had this car up that fast personally. So kind of a little nervous and excited all at the same time, but I think that goes hand in hand. Nerves aren't a bad thing if you know how to control them. I think we take strut tower bars for granted sometimes, but this thing is like jewelry, really. This is easily the nicest strut tower bar I've ever owned. Full titanium construction, TIG welded, beautiful TIG welds. And like I said in the intro of these parts, I chose this one because I like the shape of it. I like the dimple dies. I like how clean the welds are. The overall construction is fantastic, but there's a million of these on the market and they're all relatively similar in price. I just think the Nismo one aesthetically fits me the best, so that's why I chose it. Next up is gonna be our Built by Legends hood prop rod. I know, guys, this is more of an aesthetic mod in your head. However, what's really cool about this hood prop and why I really wanted it was because it does decrease the weight of the hood prop by 75%, which is pretty incredible. It is made of dry carbon. It is pre-pregged 3K twill, and it's made here in Japan out of Japanese carbon fiber by a company called Mistral. They're well known, I know that for a fact, speaking to the BBL guys, and I know this thing went through a ton of development. You know, hockey sticks, golf clubs, fishing rods that are made out of similar materials are meant to flex. The flex is what makes the carbon fiber so good for that product. However, in this case, they wanted it not to flex or not to flex a lot. And so they went through a lot of trials and tribulations to make this part actually work. I actually was at the Built by Legends facility a few months back and saw the pre-production versions of this hood prop, and I know that they have gone through quite a few iterations to get it to the point where it will hold up the hood properly and not collapse under the weight of the hood. So let's open this up and see how it is. Now I know there's a lot of details. The Built by Legends guys are kings of detail. Oh my God, the packaging weighs more than the hood prop. I want to reiterate, this is not for look. This is a performance part at the end of the day. I know it doesn't seem like it. A hood prop is such a menial task for a component on a car. This one right here is remarkable and does actually lighten the front end of your car by a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at this. Comes with a hanging tag, little Built by Legends decal, and a serial number card, R34 number 002. So this is the second one out of the factory. Look at this thing, check out the details. Wow, so cool. And it literally weighs nothing, guys. I wish everyone could hold this to see. I'm honored to have the second one out of the factory. Let's toss this thing on the car.
Can I hold it?
Yes, you can hold it. You're gonna be blown away. It's like paper.
Nothing.
Yeah. All right, wow. Wow, holy cow. I can't even, you're gonna have to put the camera down and feel this when you get a minute. All right, well, the hood prop's installed. If you guys aren't familiar with the Built by Legends or BBL crew here in Japan, they are building some fantastic recreations of the R chassis platforms, even Civic EG and EK platforms. Pretty much, if you want a fully bespoke, custom 90s or 2000s JDM car, they're your go-to here in Japan or worldwide. They're making products like this, basically reinventing these cars with new state-of-the-art products, making them as though they were built today versus back in the late 90s or early 2000s. Which is really cool, and I appreciate the work that they do. They basically, they buy a chassis, strip it down to bare shell, and rebuild the car to your heart's content. Basically, you spec the whole thing, they put it all together for you, and when it's done, you take delivery of it and take it to your home country or enjoy it here in Japan. The Built by Legends guys are a great team, and they're doing awesome stuff for our community, which I love to support, and that's why we are running at least a small piece of their business here on our R34 GT-R, and maybe one day, who knows, I'll be driving around in a Built by Legends EK9. Before we put our racing numbers on and we hit the track, I got one last thing to toss on, and that's 20 of these Nismo open-ended racing lug nuts that I picked up at a Mori factory. I'm gonna go ahead and toss these on. We're gonna be in much better shape for the track. 17. So one thing, we're going down from 19 millimeter to 17 millimeter. So what's nice is once we put extended lug studs on this car when it gets back to the States, we don't have to worry about the closed end, because this would interfere with a long stud. This one, the stud can pass through. Now it's time to put on our transponder and our door numbers. Unfortunately, I screwed up. I didn't let them know that I wanted number 12, which is my lucky number, but that's okay. Don't always need to have it. We do have a number 4. That's a shout out to my nephew. It's his hockey number, so. All right, well, we're basically done with all the track prep. I just got to dial in the tire pressures really quick. We're ready to go out on track. There's zero grip out there, I'm told.
Yeah, nice and wet.
The best part about this day that Top Rank put together is that we get to spend it with our friends. And this is Sebastian. He's got a lot of really cool cars. He has a GT-R 34 here, a NER, or sorry, yeah, M-Spec NER, which is really special. You guys probably saw it in my last trip videos because I was following you around pretty much the whole trip. Which honestly, following him around made me fall in love with this car even more, just seeing it on the road. So I'm excited to share this opportunity with you guys, and I hope we can do it again, hopefully when it's dry out.
Yeah, hopefully weather cooperates better next time.
Yeah, hopefully. So let's get cracking.
All right.
in for a little break, just gonna let the car cool down a little bit. Not that it needs it. I just did about, I think, 7 or 8 laps. The first 2 were just sighting laps. Then the next 2, I was following Sato. He had a little bit of an incident. Mind you, he's on R888s, which is, for the rain, is a little bit of a slick tire. We're on FK 510s, which are made for wet weather and dry weather. So I feel like we're in good shape as far as tires go. Judging by what I've seen, I'm one of the only ones that hasn't spun yet, and I'm hauling ass. This is so exciting, and I gotta give a huge shout out to the Top Rank guys for setting this up. Tyrone for pitching in and getting us an extra hour out here, which is super awesome. All the guys that made this happen, Sato, Masa, Manu, Alex, Shin, everyone at Top Rank. I can't name everyone because they have over 200 employees, but this is amazing. What an awesome day. All right, well, this is gonna be a wrap on our day here at Fuji Speedway. I've got some hot lapping still to do, but I wanted to end it here because I want to go have some fun and turn my brain off for a little while. We got a lot done in this video. We got our new wheels put on, our LM GT4s with our Falcon FK 510s, which were absolutely epic out here in the rain. I can't say enough about the tire and how good it was out here today. We have modded the car quite a bit. We got a new strut tower bar, we got new lug nuts, we got the Built by Legends hood prop, all the stuff that Sato did between the time I was here last and the time now, which was all the suspension, the brakes, all that stuff we showed you guys in the previous video. So I'm excited. The car is doing amazing, and I'm looking forward to getting back out there. Man, it's starting to rain pretty bad, but we're here, so we might as well send it. Guys, hit that subscribe button, leave us some comments down below. We'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go drive.